looking for somebody who interacts very well and communicates clearly with everybody he works with and comes in touch with. Understands the passion of our fans and what it's like to coach the Philadelphia Eagles. It's a unique and incredibly passionate fan base that just wants to win. Lastly is you've got to open your heart to players and everybody you want to achieve peak performance. And
open your heart.
Open your heart.
Open your heart.
Exactly.
Exactly right.
I always think of Jane Seymour with the Open Heart Collection. Isn't that awful?
Wow.
The great Madonna song, Open Your Heart.
Oh, you missed it. I did sing it earlier.
was
I will
singing
not
earlier.
just sing it
Yes.
again for people.
Yeah.
So maybe Tony will. With that, we welcome to the show the venerable one, Tony Brown. Tone, first, I want to get your impressions of this. Speaking of Madonna, we got a little taste for you. You ready for it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, let's see it.
Oh,
Amy.
I look fantastic
I
here.
think you're voguing there. You're not.
I am.
You might have to sing another
I'm not sure you're opening your heart, but you're definitely voguing.
Oh, I always open my heart.
Okay.
Although she looks like she's from the Open Your Heart video. You remember that one? The Peep Show
Peep
thing?
Show,
So
yeah.
you remember
Yes.
that? Yeah.
She had the little,
Come on, give us a little vogue.
Yeah.
Give us a little vogue. Oh,
is that good? Is that like something?
I don't know if good is the word I would use.
It's something.
I feel like Ricky Bobby. What do I do with my hands?
Exactly. You have little jazz hands going.
I do.
All right, beautiful. All right.
Now you're
Tony's a
fully
big fan of
initiated.
jazz
All right.
hands as well.
Absolutely,
And
yes.
we welcome Tony Brodo to the show. So, Tone, this was one that I think for a lot of people came out of left field a little bit because Jeffrey Lurie is typically a very patient guy. He wasn't patient in this case.
What we learned yesterday from Jeffrey Lurie's news conference was, hey, guess what? I did it on Tuesday so that I could start looking, not at the other head coaches that are going to be fired, but the assistant coaches who are the hot prospects. So they get a head start, Chip gets a head start, and then they just move on, which is unusual because Black Monday is usually the day.
Right.
And when all these other coaches are going to get fired, this way he's got, what, a 5-day head start on the process.
So never mind the timing. How surprised are you that this actually happened at the end of the season?
I'm surprised. I never bought the, I know there were some reports that Chip was going to go in and he was going to be told to give up the control of the team. You could just coach. If you stick around, if you do that, you stick around. I never bought that. And Jeffrey Lurie flat out said, no, when I brought him in the office, he was out of here.
Yeah. Well, are you surprised it didn't work with Chip Kelly?
A little bit. I mean, after the first year, because I remember going to the training camp and everybody was on board and the smoothies and the music and all that other stuff. So the fact that after the first year with Andy Reid's players, that they actually showed some life with a new offense. The fact that it started going, and it really didn't go downhill the second year until after 9-3, and they crashed and burned. Exactly. That's when it started going downhill. After they had the 9-3 start, it looked like the playoffs were a lock, and then that thing crashed and burned. And then obviously since that point, total disaster.
Well, don't you think the bottom line is winning? No one cares what Chip Kelly is like, if his players like him, if there's a front office problem. If you win, that's it. If they were 9-6, I think, let's be honest, he wouldn't be
I agree,
fired.
100%.
Would you say that's
Totally
true?
agree. And remember, Bill Belichick is a bad person, but when you win, it doesn't matter what you do. When you're Bill Belichick and you win all the time, it doesn't matter what you do. You can be the biggest jerk on earth, the media hates you, but you go out there and you win all the time and people love you.
Going back to the press conference yesterday, we've talked endlessly about all the things that he said, and we've read into pretty much everything. Was there anything that he didn't say, Jeffrey Lurie, that maybe you had hoped he would?
Well, he never really addressed the Howie Roseman questions. He's sort of like, yeah, well, Howie's here, and me and Don Smolinski and I were going to make, but he didn't say whether he was going to be the guy going forward or whether they're going to bring, he never said they were going to bring in another guy from outside.
That's the thing. That was what stood out to me. It's like, well, Howie's back. Like,
Right.
Oh, he's back. He's back
What
in
happened
charge
that he
of
wasn't
personnel.
good enough to be there last year?
And not good enough to be anywhere else, by the way, last year.
And, you know, let's face it. I mean, Howie was on board when they brought Chip in, and this hasn't really worked out. So why do I believe that this, you know, pursuit of a new coach is going to be any different?
And I'm not a conspiracy theorist kind of person, as you guys know. But the fact that Howie Roseman's still in the, I know he's on the other wing.
It's impressive.
But
I
you don't think he's getting in players' ears?
to the wing than we think
Absolutely.
he was.
Don't you think he was in other players' ears saying, see, I told you, I wouldn't have gotten rid of this guy. Would have, you know,
I love
Shady.
I love
Shady.
Shady. Yeah.
Yeah, he loved. I would have gotten rid of Shady. I wouldn't have done this. I would have re-signed Macklin. So that kind of stuff could have happened. Not that I would. I'm just speculating.
No,
course,
but
but
the dynamic that he was still there, even though he was whatever you want to call it. Jeff didn't call it a demotion, but he was. We know he was demoted.
He was pushed aside.
That he was still
Yes.
there is weird, and now he's back.
Yep.
And you know, Tom Donahoe's track record isn't spectacular either.
No.
From back in the day with Pittsburgh and Buffalo. So
and we know Howie's a great guy, but does anybody think that Howie Roseman was is responsible for putting this team together for the most part. I mean, he's had some bad draft picks too.
Sure.
It wasn't like his picks were infallible, and then Chip came in one year and took Marcus Smith, so everything went to hell.
No.
Right?
No, I agree. But again, I get back to the owner. The owner's the one who did this. He's digging with. That's why I can't go overboard praising him, because it was your choice to give Chip all this
But
control.
you're not opening your heart, Rob.
My heart's not
It's all about
open. It's
opening your
closed.
heart.
Guess you're not going to be the next coach of the
Closed.
Eagles, Rob.
Exactly.
Sorry.
You have bad personal
Madonna would not
skills.
be happy with me right now, that's for sure.
Bad interpersonal communication
All
by you.
right, so we're going to play a little game, Tone. You
Oh,
ready
I
for
love
this?
games at this time of the morning.
We call it Would You Rather. Would You Rather.
Would you rather?
Yes.
Would you
This is not
rather?
like the other game that I play on my podcast.
That's
right?
a different game.
It's a different game. A
Late-
good
we do
one
that late
nonetheless,
night.
though.
That's a late night version.
Yeah, that's not breakfast on broad. I don't know what that is. That's midnight broad. Hello there. All right. So
Is this thing on?
Yeah, we're going to give you two options, Tony, and
Okay.
you have to pick which one you'd rather have, essentially. All right?
Easy.
Here we go. Sean McDermott, Sean Payton.
People are going to be surprised. I'm taking Sean McDermott. I love Sean Payton, but if you're not bringing Drew Brees with you, who, oh, by the way, is now on the downside, still a great player, I got to go with the young Sean McDermott.
He's an interesting case.
And he's a
I
Philly
think he got
local
a
guy.
rough guy. He got a rough ending
I
here.
agree with you. And I
Yeah.
feel like he got, it wasn't right. I think this is
Right.
when Andy started to sort of lose it at the end. You remember,
Yeah.
he brings him in after Jim Johnson passes. He gives him essentially 1 year and then blows him out of there. And then
Brought in Juan Castillo.
But you know
Yeah.
what the thing about McDermott is, though? You typed his name on Twitter, and it's like you typed a dirty word. Fans are not in
Well, it
love
was-
with
it
the
was-
idea.
See, I
of bringing-
like
I'm with you.
it.
I'm with you, Rob. I think he got a raw deal at the end.
They
And
should
Todd
have
Bowles,
him-
too.
they should
Remember
have-
Todd Bowles?
Well, look what he's done.
And now, look, he's the head
Goes to
coach of the Jets, and they're
Carolina
playoff
Cardinals.
bound.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great defense of Cardinals, and then you look at that was an interesting. You brought up the Jets. That's an interesting new GM, new coach dynamic that maybe the Eagles should take a look at to see how they work together, because that's something they're going to have to go for. But yeah, Sean McDermott I think is a really good choice.
Yeah, I was
well
looking
done,
for a strong
Tony.
voice of
Well,
Chief.
thank you. You asked me the questions, I give you the answer.
I like it.
This one is one choice and one fill in the blank almost. Sam Bradford or anybody else?
Wow. Well, anybody else isn't available, unfortunately, believe it or
That's
not.
right.
You know, all of the above. Bradford, to me, I thought he played well, and I think if you work on the offensive line and you don't ask him to do things that he can't do, which is try to run, which he doesn't do for the most part, and you get a good line, you get a running game, he's fine. If he runs play
fine.
action,
Serviceable.
the guy
Serviceable, exactly
And
what
we
I was just
saw
gonna
that the
say.
guy has touch and he can make the nice throws. If he gets guys open, he gets the ball to them. So, you know, and the question now is, will Sam Bradford want to come back with Chip gone?
And yeah, depending on what system it is.
Right.
He even said that yesterday. Hey, I want to be here, but it
don't want
depends on
another
what the
system.
system is, and I've been
Yeah.
through this my whole career, and it could be the same thing. All right, win or lose on Sunday against the Giants.
Wow.
Should be London or no on.
It depends on how much you want to go to London and
Yeah.
overpay for everything and, you know, get to do that and play over there. I don't know whether guys are sitting down saying, you know, do I want to go to London? Maybe I'll jump offside, or maybe I'll commit a penalty
You know
that'll
what, Tony,
cost us
though?
a drive.
You know what I think guys are saying? I think guys are saying, can we prove that it was the coach, not the players? I think that's what they're going to be playing
The
for
Giants
on
have
Sunday.
a lot to play for too, though.
And you're going to have
Their
an
coach is on
angry,
the hot seat.
Odell Beckham Jr. too, I know, but I think that's what's going on in the Eagles.
I
players'
guarantee you
minds
one
right
thing, there will not be the 53 Angry Men shirt will not resurface on Sunday for this game.
No.
It all comes down to
Guaranteed.
fish and chips and how much we enjoy it. All right,
Pints
so
at the pub.
this is big for tonight, Tone.
Yes.
Midnight. You going champagne or a shot? You going old school or a little champagne?
Why not both? Why not a shot with a champagne chaser? That's what I do on 2 Street when I hang down with my friends.
I thought you were going to say on a Tuesday.
That too.
2 Street on a Tuesday. Why not? My man over there. No, I see my guys nodding. Exactly right.
Very nice.
That's how you get after it. All right, yeah. Rose Bowl parade or the Mummers parade? You better be careful how you answer this one.
Well, listen, I'm a Philly guy, and I've been to the Rose Parade, and it's beautiful in California, but it's a bunch of flowers and stuff. It's not the Mummers.
There it is.
It's about the Mummers, baby. I'll be out there tonight. I'll be out there tomorrow. I'll be out with the Woodland String Band.
Yeah.
I'll be out there tonight, all day tomorrow. I'm ready.
This one is a no-brainer. If you're a Philadelphian, or even if you're not, and you're
There
living
they
here
are.
and you say anything else, you're nuts. It is the Mummers Parade. There's no question about that. All right, Tony, it was a lot of fun, man. It's great seeing you.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year. Appreciate it, guys.
I love that ending.
All right, so as we can see from our friends over there,
Yes.
New Year's Day is upon us, guys. And coming up, we're going to give you some of our predictions for Philadelphia sports in 2016. And last night,